What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's a very exciting one because we've got a brand new video, we've got a brand new shirt, and we've got a brand new light. So regular viewers of my channel will know we're going to get to all that good stuff, unboxing, install and review. Full disclosure, Chihiros is sponsoring this video. They were kind enough to send over this light for me to test and put on one of my tanks. So I thought, you know, why not make a video and share it with you guys? Yeah, so let's not wait any longer and let's get straight to it. Alright, looking at the box itself, I like the packaging. It's quite nice and colorful, very playful. You've got the Chihiros social media stuff on the side. Yeah, as usual, comes with the Chihiros app. And that's it. Let's see what's inside. Alright, so we've got some foam. There we go, we've got the light itself. I'll move these to the side. Okay. Oh wow, immediately it feels really thin. Feels really slim, obviously. So we've got the light. So we've got the Chihiros hanging kit. Big thanks to Chihiros, they actually sent this together as a package, but I believe they're actually sold separately. So you'll see that the light itself comes with aluminium legs that kind of sit on the side of the tank. But if you want to hang it from above, you have to get yourself a separate hanging kit. Big thanks to Chihiros for sending this as well. We've got the legs and all the necessary tools to put the legs together. And the AU plug. And yeah, I almost missed it, but here is the other half of the legs. Don't forget, they're down here. So just a closer look at the light. It's the WRGB II Slim, 45 centimeters. It really is slim. It feels really light. And we've got like this diffused acrylic cover. Flipping around, fully black, which is nice and clean. It's all passive cooling, so no fans, so be quiet. And yeah, a lot of these heat sinks. So this is everything you get in the box. 45 centimeter WRGB II Slim light. These are the legs. These are the extendable arms that kind of fit inside the legs and they go inside the light. A couple of screws and tools and the power adapter. I will unbox the hanging kit separately after. I will show you how to assemble it for normal use first, and then I'll show you how to convert it into a hanging version. Alright, so next we're gonna put the legs together, and you'll see in here you've got a big Allen key and a small Allen key, and then you've got 4 big screws and 4 little screws. All right, so we have both the legs set up and ready to go. Now, a very, very small difference, but you can see that this one has a little groove in the middle, and this one needs to go wherever that power cord's coming from. You should thread the power cord through the gap, like so. That way, you get a clean connection from the leg to the light. There you go. And right there, you can see the power cord is sitting snug inside that groove. That is a very neat detail. I like that. And then on the other side, also just take note, there's a little lip on here, and that should face out, because that's how it's going to hold the glass in that little groove. There we go. And then, once you've actually got them in, you can screw in and tighten those 4 screws on the side. You're not done yet, because these can easily come all the way out. And that is not what you want, because you could easily drop the whole light in water by accident. So that's where these 4 little screws come in handy. 2, 3, 4. So these tiny little screws, they've got to sit in these 4 holes, in these little holes at the top. So you'll see now that because of these 4 little screws that kind of hold in the legs, you can't actually pull out the legs anymore. They are firmly stable. And the only time that you would want to adjust these, which is the good thing about these lights, is if you want to make the legs kind of extend out further. So let's say you have a 45 centimeter light, but you have a 50 centimeter tank, then you could extend these legs out. And that'll give you the flexibility to extend however much you want to extend it by, and then you can lock it up again, like so. And now it's not going anywhere because it's locked by these 2 screws. So yeah, these tiny little screws, they're actually really, really important, and even though they're really small, they play a big role in this light. So that is the light, fully finished, fully installed, and it looks really slick, really, really clean. I actually really like it. The build quality feels pretty good, and I like that everything is black. You know, even the screws on the side, they're black. So we've set up the WRGB II Slim as if you were going to mount the light straight onto the tank. So you would place the legs on the sides of the glass. That's all good. That's all looking schmick. What if you wanted to hang the light? And thankfully, Chihiros, they also make this hanging kit. So let's have a look what's inside. You've got 2 kind of frames that will replace the legs, some screws, some wiring, and some attachments. To convert the regular Slim lights to a hanging version of the Slim lights, this is what you will need to do. First, you'll need to unscrew the 4 little screws at the bottom of the light. So now what we're going to do is we're going to modify the legs. We're going to take out the frame and the legs and then put on the new frame. And we're going to say hello to the floating frame. So again, we're going to attach these legs from before onto the frame. There's, as well as you can see, there's a groove right there, and that kind of just fits in perfectly. You want these kind of extensions to go inwards in the same direction as the arrow, that way. Just remember, same thing, one has the groove and one doesn't have the groove. So that one needs to go where the power cord is. And then the next step is to take one of these screws, one of these attachments, thread the screw through the bottom, take the attachment and screw it on. And that is where that wire for hanging is going to come through. There we go, that is looking clean. Now don't forget, you actually have to still screw in those 4 little screws. So we're going to do that now. Right, so the next thing is we're going to attach the wires, and the wires actually are going to be locked in with this. These are like little screw things that you thread your wire through, and you could actually tighten and make a loop with those wires. So that's what these are for, and I'll show you how to use them later. So you push this down and you thread the wire through. You could see it come out on the other side here. And you just need a bit, really. And once you let go, it's not gonna move. And then the other one, we'll do the same. Just gonna pull it through. Both of them securely attached. I'm pulling it up and it's not giving way. And that is a good sign. Now the next step is to attach the other side, the other half of the hanging kit. And this basically allows you to loop the wire through this and then tighten it so you can have a loop that can fit on a light stand. Threading through is pretty simple. There's 2 holes. You just got to go through 1 hole, go all the way through, and then loop back on the 2nd hole, and that way you have a big loop. And then I'm just gonna estimate the length that I want. Here's the next part, is you grab another one of these screws, and obviously take note where the hexagon is for the Allen key, and then you just gently screw it in and with the Allen key that they give you, you can screw it in, and the more you screw, the tighter it gets, and it kind of like bites the wire. You have to do it on both sides because it's got to bite two parts of the wire. Here we go. And now, it's not going to go anywhere. Very neat, I like it a lot. Okay, so now it's time to hang it on the light stand. So this is a Leti Aquaria light stand mounted to a timber base. This is specifically made for desks, so it's a desk mount. Yeah, I like it a lot because it's very flexible, really easy to move around. I literally move the wooden base and everything else goes with it. Alright, let's waste no time. The plan is to hang it off the light stand, and then the power cord will go down the arm and then behind the tank. Okay, so the light is hung. I think it's looking really neat. All the cables are more or less tidy. And yeah, let's jump into the app and set it up. So, jumping into the My Chihiros app, you can go down to the lighting section and click Add on the top right. And there you see it's found the WRGB II Slim. So say confirm. We're going to create a tank. I'm going to call it 20 litre nano. Done. Plants. Save. And then I'm just clicking in, and we are now in the settings. It says new firmware is available. Yes, let's update. Update. Whoa, some crazy colors. Done. Okay, so you can see it's all my different Chihiros lights and devices are listed. Let's go into, just going to refresh. Yep. Now, let's go into WRGB II Slim. And yeah, here we can play all the settings. So you can change each channel individually, red, green, blue. Tells you how many watts you're using. Yeah, so you could play it to whatever you want. If you want more reds, you bump up the red a bit more. Or if you want more greens, you can bump up the greens a bit more. More blues. Usually, like, I just go with whatever's the preset settings. So, you know, there's the red, the green, the boost, fish, shrimp, and all. And then the other two options are you could adjust by brightness and color temperature. So you see as I'm moving the slider, the red, greens and blues are changing to get the right color temperature. Yeah, so this is really good if you want to, play around with all these different colors. I like to just go all, or just use one of the presets. I think red is a bit too much. Yeah, I like all, just a bit more neutral. So that's manual. And then let's set up an automation, which means you can go and turn on and turn off at the right settings every day. So let's go every day of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My lights will go on at 2 o'clock and they will go off at about 9 o'clock. The ramp time is half an hour, and the brightness, we're gonna just go 80% for now. 80% on all. Then we're gonna go save and save. And remember, you actually have to turn it on. There you go. And now it's set. It will come on at 2, turn off at 9, at 80% with 30-minute ramp time. In case you're wondering, the light is oversized for the tank, and that's because there is a high chance that this is going to be the last scape inside this 20-liter nano tank, and I'm going to be upgrading. So the new tank will definitely be bigger than this, but I'm not quite sure what tank I'm going to get yet. And having the Chihiros WRGB II Slim is pretty good because it gives me a range from 45 centimeters all the way to 60 centimeters. So I like that flexibility. This light will just sit here as an oversized light for now. It's always better to have more light than less. Yeah, so I think that's going to be plans for the future. So I thought I'd give you a bit more information about the light itself. The Chihiros WRGB II Slim is a 35 watt light, and I would consider it as a mid-range light. So Chihiros, they make a huge range of different lights. They start from low budget, such as the A2 series, and all the way up to the really high budget, high-end lights, such as the Vivid 2. So if we go from the scale, we go from the Chihiros A series and the A2 series, then we go on to the WRGB II Slim, then we go on to the WRGB II, then WRGB II Pro, then the Vivid Mini, and then the Vivid. So I think this light would be perfect for medium energy setups. So you've got medium amount of light, you've got CO2, and you're adding fertilizers. And of course, the good thing about this light is it's dimmable, and you can put it on a timer, and you can change all the colors you want in the app. So, $1,000,000 question, what are my thoughts on this light? I'll say again though, even though this light is sponsored by Chihiros, my review and my thoughts, it will be unbiased. So I will give you my honest opinion, and to be honest, I'm actually quite surprised and quite impressed by this light. The build quality is not too bad, except for the screws. The four little black screws on the side, they're painted black, and after a couple of screws, the paint starts wearing off. That's a minor detail, minor issue. Other than that, the light unit itself is pretty well built. I like the passive heatsink. I love the legs. They're all kind of painted black, and the whole unit looks pretty sleek. The other thing that I really like is the fact that you buy one light unit and it has so many different ways of being mounted, and they've done it like this modular way where you can kind of deconstruct the legs and then put on the frame for it to be mounted like by hanging. So I think it's a really, really good idea. They've definitely thought through the details. That little groove there that holds the power cable, all of that stuff is super, super well done. The other thing that I really love about this light is that it's so flexible. And what I mean by that is, this is a 45 centimeter light. You can even use it up to a 60 centimeter tank. And like I showed you in the video before, these legs are adjustable. And that is super, super handy because you could use it on like a variety of different size tanks. If you have a custom size tank, let's say a 50 centimeter tank, that will fit. If you have an oversized tank like 60 centimeters, but you know you don't want to pump that much light in, you could easily save some money, get a 45 centimeter light, and it will still sit perfectly on your tank. And just even the way they've built it, you know, they've thought about it already. It's kind of like a two-in-one. One light, you can mount the leg, you can change the different dimensions, and then you can even change the different configurations of how you want to mount the light. You can sit it on the glass, you can hang it. So all of that, it's really easy to kind of assemble and deassemble and then retweak the components to what you need. So I think that's really, really perfect. In terms of cost, you're looking at $185 AUD. I think it's reasonably priced. It is mid-range light, so you are getting a lot of good quality that's built in the light, but you're not paying like excessive amounts. So yeah, I will leave a link down in the description below on where you can buy it within Australia, and if you're not within Australia, you can check it out in the Chihiros official website. Okay, so that's going to be a wrap for today's video. I definitely enjoyed testing out the Chihiros WRGB II Slim. I enjoyed unboxing it, assembling it, testing it out, and even reviewing it. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Would you get yourself one of these lights? Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.